This is the ProBld Ultimate CVT Transmission Kit. Oh yeah. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the best of the best, the lightest. It's just the best quality, period. Let me explain. Here is the collaboration we did with Reveno. This is the complete Variator here. You got the ProBld dry face. You could run this Variator with this dry face with the cover on or off. It's got the fan integrated. If you notice, a lot of light and dry faces don't have the fan, so it's a little risky. And then we've got the Variator. Look at those ramps. They protrude. You won't find that. We've done a lot of research on this. The backing plate and 3 full sets, 10, 11, and 12 gram rollers. These are not tuning rollers. They are put them in and go. They're real durable, good quality. A lot of the kits and past kits have had tuning kits in there where you choose your rollers and later you upgrade. You don't need to do that with this. Got the Variator Boss. That's the complete Variator there. And then you've got the contra spring, 8% contra spring from Reveno. That's going to go right behind the clutch. You have to choose your clutch. We have 2 options. We have the Reveno 1.0 right over here. Reveno 2.0 right over here. The difference is the 1.0 is a little bit more aggressive than the 2.0. And the 1.0, the plates could rust a little bit if you're riding through water. Not a very common thing, but they did solve that problem in the 2.0. So if you're an everyday rider, 2.0 would be for you. If you're a hot rodder, 1.0 for you. The 2.0 is detuned a little bit. Of course, you can get in there and tune it however you want. And the 2.0 has the black chrome finish. 1.0 is black. As you can see, the clutch itself is 1.0 aluminum, 2.0 anodized. So a little bit more show quality for the 2.0. And then it's going to come with the 842 2030 belt. Best of the best for the long case engines. And then if you choose, you don't have to do this. You can choose a pulley. You can use your stock pulley. So here's like a stock clutch. I pull that off of there. I'll remove the clutch and the spring. And then I attach the new spring and the new clutch utilizing the old pulley. But if you choose a pulley, we've got the NCY pulley. Made in Taiwan, not China like the original. Or the TFC pulley. This is a forged pulley. Really, really true, good quality, lightweight pulley. Very expensive, but the NCY is actually priced pretty good. If you want the best of the best, do the TFC. But here it is. This is the ProBld Ultimate CVT Transmission Kit. Doesn't get any better than this, and it looks freaking beautiful. Because it comes with 10, 11, and 12 gram rollers, you need to decide which one you want to start with. You can always mix and match, switch them. We've got a reference on the website to help you choose what gram rollers to use. These are very simple to install. Unlike sliders, rollers install with no direction. They're symmetrical. You can't mix them up. Just make sure that they all are the same gram weight. So for instance, these are all 12 gram. And if you were to stagger them or mix them, then you're going to go 11, 12, 11, 12, and stagger them. You don't want to go 11, 11, 12, 12. So be sure if you do that, it's 10, 11, or 10, 11, or 11, 12, 11, all the way around. So they're staggered. Next, the Variator Boss slides in. It's supplied in the kit, of course. And then the backing plate. Just make sure the backing plate lines up to the little guides. Then you can kind of give it a little pinch, then take it right up to the Variator. When you install your Variator, be 100% sure that that kickstart gear is there. It's easy to have removed if you're not using it, but it's being used as a spacer, so it's super important that that is there. This is the way it should look. You got the Variator Bosch pushed all the way down. You push the Variator all the way up against the back gear. If you pull on this at all, you could risk the Variator rollers falling out, and then you have to start over. So that's the way it should look with the backing plate and Variator and Boss installed on the engine. If you notice, we have the belt already down in the pulley. You want to make sure the belt's down in the pulley so that when you install it, it reaches the Variator Boss. And this is our Reveno 2.0 clutch that comes in our ultimate CVT transmission kit. And just slides right over the clutch shaft. You notice you're holding the belt tight so it doesn't slide up the pulley. Now before you install the drive face or Variator fan, you want to make sure that you have enough room. See how I'm moving that around? That when you install the Variator face, or you can call it drive face, Variator face, fan, you want to make sure that when you're pushing that down, you're not squeezing the belt, and then when you go to tighten the drive face down, you're pinching the belt. So definitely be sure that that's not the case. I normally hold that down as I put a washer on here, put a little bit of Loctite really quick. I use red Loctite. Hold that down and then get it hand started. And then you can kind of move the belt around to make sure that's not being pinched. Now if you're installing a Reveno clutch with your Variator, when you install the bell on there, you want to make sure that these pressure plates, see how you can move them all around, they got to be lined up. So if you notice the guides on the bell need to line up with the clutch, along with the middle of the bell there, you notice there's some splines. That also has to line up with the splines on the actual shaft coming out of the transmission. So if you notice everything's lined up, we just slide the bell right over the splines. Very, very important that that's all lined up. You'll know because when it's not lined up, it'll be backed up like that. It'll go all the way down. That's what you want to look for. If that's not lined up, when you go to crank the nut down, that clutch on the inside will snap in half. Apply a little red Loctite. Very important so the nut doesn't come loose. You notice we haven't tightened the Variator down yet. Everything's kind of loose. Put the washer on, 17mm nut on. We always hand tighten the nuts before we crank them down. The torque settings for the clutch nut and the Variator nut is 40 foot-pounds. Oh boy, the hybrid GY6 Cygnus Extravaganza. This sucker should put out 28-ish horsepower, 26. We'll see. We'll verify that on a dyno at some point. Look at this sucker. Full Reveno Ultimate CVT with our ProBld Variator. Rear disc brake kit. Short axle, 232cc top end, 18 pole stator, oil cooler. Check this out, we've just installed our new titanium Variator nuts and washer. Actually, it's not just a Variator, it's for the clutch and also the flywheel, which is this unit over here. Cool thing is, not only do these look sweet, got them on a traditional Variator too. Not only do they look sweet, but they're stronger and lighter. So if you're doing all three, 1, 2, and then the nut over on this side, that's 33 grams savings. So if you're an ultra tuner like me, then yeah, you probably want to every little bit you can get. And if you do a lightened flywheel, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like this is standard, this is lightened.